Once there was a young animal who lived down near the creek. The creek was so muddy that the little couldn't see his face in the water anymore. The emu came down to the creek for a drink and saw the little animal looking sad. Before long, his friend the wallaby came down to the creek. But the little animal felt sure he wasn't a duck. He didn't have any feathers, and he certainly didn't like to quack. See you tomorrow, duck!
But...
The next visitor to the creek was a possum. Now the little animal was really confused. The little platypus was so happy to meet another animal that looked just like he did. He knew exactly what he looked like now, a platypus. That's the end of the story. Now time for a song. Once upon a time, there were two happy babies. They were very big babies, and they really liked to play. They liked to grab things. But most of all, what they really liked doing was making noise. After a long time, the babies learned to walk, and they made some more friends. They still liked to play. Oh, what? Of course, they still like to grab things. They still like to make lots of noise. More time went by, and the toddlers soon grew bigger and bigger, big enough to go to school. And they made some more friends. They still like to play, but now they like to share a bit more, though not all the time. But of course, what they still liked best was, you guessed it, making noise. A long, long time went by, and the school kids grew up. And we all became friends. We still like to play. And... Hi-5! Hi-5! But now we share really well. We still like to make noise, and lots of it. Only now we call it music. In fact, we've got a song for you right now. Let's go! Once upon a time, there was a family that had a mother, a father, and 2 children. This family had lived in their cosy little house for a very long time, and they all loved it very much, even if it was a bit small. Soon, there'd be one more person to live in the house, a new baby. Then there'd be 3 children. Mum and Dad wanted to find a bigger place so that everyone could fit in. So off they went to find a new house. The first house they found was very close to their friends, and it had a big tree in the backyard. But this house was much too big. The second house they found wasn't too big or too small, but I think another family had already moved in. It was getting late, so the family walked back to their own little house. All that looking had made them very tired. Everyone agreed that this was a wonderful idea they'd heard, and they had lots of fun planning and building the new room for the baby. They all helped. Soon it was finished, and the new room looked great. They were all ready for the new baby. And guess what? The new room made the house feel so much bigger that Grandma, that's me, thought she should move in too.
Bye, Grandma. Time for a song?
Sure is. Once upon a time, there was a little girl who wanted to change her face. Well, not the whole of her face, just one part in particular. The problem was the freckles were part of her face, and she saw them every time she looked in the mirror. She didn't like that. The little girl suddenly had an idea. Well, the great big hat was a bit of a problem. The little girl couldn't see anything. While the little girl was looking in her box, her dad came in. The little girl was very surprised. And that's the end of our story. Time for a song. Once upon a time, there was a beautiful butterfly who lived down in the garden. There were lots of other creatures in the garden. They were all butterflies' friends. One of them was Bee. The butterfly didn't get a chance to say what she ate before they were interrupted by Fruit Bat. Oh dear, we still don't know what butterfly eats. I wonder if Possum knows. Butterfly can join in the feast after all. So the butterfly did get to eat at the summer feast after all. Everyone had a wonderful time, and they all agreed to meet there next year when they'd all grown bigger. I wonder if Butterfly will remember. What a great idea! Once upon a time, there were 5 friends who loved to sing together.
5 in the air.
Let's do it together. The friends took turns to do the washing. Today it was Tim's turn. Today there were lots of clothes to wash because the friends were going to sing at a concert. Because it was Tim's turn to do the washing, all his friends went to the beach for a swim. So Tim began to do the washing. Won't his friends be happy when they get back from the beach?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Hi-5! Soon Tim finished washing all the clothes. But uh-oh, something wasn't quite right. Uh-oh, suddenly Tim realised what had happened. Everyone was happy with their new pink clothes, but I think Tim will be a bit more careful next time he does the washing. Well, that's the end of our story. Time for another song. Once upon a time, some friends decided to have a fancy dress party. They're not here yet, but wait till you see their fantastic costumes. Wow, Kelly's an astronaut. What a fantastic costume. Look, here comes Super Nathan. Next, Kathleen arrived dressed up like a clown. I love clowns. Soon the friends heard a very strange noise. But it wasn't thunder and it wasn't an elephant. It was... Tim! But I don't have a costume. I wonder what the friends are doing now.
This can be your magic wand.
And this can be your magic hat.
And this can be your magic cape.
And this can be your magic flying stick.
It's time to party, it's time to have fun. This is the place, so come on, everyone. It's time to party, so clap your hands. Come on and party with the Hi-5 band.
So we all had a costume and we all had a wonderful fancy dress party. And that's the end of the story. Now time for a song.